Jehovah's Witnesses. Smooth operator. He's a smooth operator. A wonderful song by Sade. Smooth operator. You see, Rutherford, the one who succeeded Charles Taze Russell, put this 3 letters up on the talk: ADV. ADV. People were sort of thinking, what does that mean? ADV. Then Boozer Rutherford, the alcoholic, advertise. It means advertise, advertise, advertise the king and his kingdom. What's quite interesting, that Rutherford, who was a bookseller originally, right, never ever went knocking on doors. He got his sheeple to do the work. Advertise, advertise. Now here's a clue, isn't it? You see, the Watchtower is a corporation. They even use that word in their terminology. We are a corporation. All the Watchtower is a company of booksellers. You see, this is how I was scammed when I came into this in my early 20s, 40 years ago, by the proliferation of literature. Every 2 weeks back then we'd have our new Watchtower magazine. You go to a convention, new releases. I mean, the amount of literature they spew out is inordinate. Let me give you an illustration. I did this in a previous video, okay? Let me go through this video, this illustration. I can't remember it. You're sat at home and a leaflet comes through your door from the new restaurant that's been opened. And this new restaurant says, we'll give you 50% off your meal if you come and join and visit our new restaurant. And so you show this leaflet to your family and they think, wow. It could be a Chinese restaurant. If you like Chinese food, you think, wow, I like Chinese food, 50% off. So you go along to the restaurant with your family and you're amazed by the beautiful decor, the surroundings. But there's not too many people there because it's a new restaurant. And the staff there are so accommodating. You think, wow, what a good deal. So the manager of the restaurant comes to you and says, greetings. If you distribute the leaflets of our restaurant in your neighborhood, we'll give you another meal, but this time it will be a free meal. So you and your family say, wow, amazing. So you spread the leaflets advertising this restaurant through the neighborhood. And then gradually the restaurant becomes more and more filled because you did the advertising. Then one day, the man of the house who received the initial leaflet starts to get ill. And he says to his wife, I don't know, honey, I got something wrong with my guts. Could it be the fact we're going to this restaurant regularly? And she says, no, don't be silly. It's great food, great atmosphere. Our kids love the environment. They've met other kids there. But the guy of the household says, no, I've got a gut feeling. Anyway, it comes to the point where the man gets really sick inside his guts, and he says, I can't go there anymore, honey. I just know it's wrong. I know something is eating me up inside because I'm sure it's the food I've had with you at the restaurant. And the wife says, well, I've had a kind of funny feeling in my stomach as well, but no, I'm going to still go. because my children and your children, I've met so many friends there. And he says, okay, go your own way, but I'm not going there anymore. Then one day there's a newspaper headline: restaurant closed down, investigated because of rats in the restaurant. And the wife looks at the newspaper and she says, damn, you were right, honey, you were right on. Do you get the illustration here? The main thrust of the Watchtower Society is one thing, and they do it more than any other cult: the proliferation of literature, which uncannily the ordinary Jehovah's Witnesses pay for through their contributions. Advertise, advertise the King and his kingdom. This is so far removed from the apostolic faith in the first century, when they just spoke informally in the marketplace. There was no hype stuff like leaflets and Watchtower magazines. There was no organization, no governing body back then. Do you get my drift here? It's a commercial scam. I could set up a clinic and say, look, I've read all the books on medicine. I have got no credentials, by the way, but I could say, well, look, come to me and I can heal you because I read all the books on medicine, right? This is how scams work. What credentials do the governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses have? What are their credentials? Every freaking prophecy they have promulgated has failed. Agreed? Let's get real. Every single freaking prophecy has failed. We're told in Deuteronomy 18, the last few verses, any prophet who claims to speak in the name of the Father, who makes one false prophecy, must what? Die. End of story. Have you been scammed?